Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, April 27th. You can catch us live on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. Follow that Twitch handle at dfrizzy_Frizz5. If you're only catching part of the show today, check the whole episode out on podcast the next day. Apple, Spotify, all those good places. We got you covered. Good show for you today. We're going to recap some of the NBA action from the playoffs and talk a little NFL draft, hopefully at the end. Very excited. D, what it do?
What up? What up? What up? Happy Monday, man. How's everything going with you?
Great, man. Look at you. Like
you're living your best life right now with the Magic up. Not only, I mean, we won't talk live, but like they're up 2-1. We'll say that.
Yeah, Magic are up 2-1 in the series. Last time I checked, they're up 10 points in the game. So
I wasn't gonna say it, so that's what I was gonna say. I'll hold off. Yep.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, listen.
You know whose jersey this is hanging?
It's not Michael Peaches. He was number 5. Mo Bamba.
You want to know the funniest thing about that jersey that's hanging behind me?
Yeah.
That is a signed Mo Bamba jersey.
Yeah, I can see it on the 5. What are you doing getting a Mo Bamba jersey signed, bro? That's just
I got it.
Where were you?
I got it signed by Mo Bamba.
Obviously. Hopefully you didn't get signed by somebody else, but where were you for that? Were you at the Garden?
I was at the Garden, and funny story. I went with my buddy Mike. He was a Magic fan, and he's a guy who just chats everyone up. He's one of those people. Everyone has one of those people in their lives who just can talk to anyone. We were ended by sitting right behind this group of individuals, and my friend was chatting them up all games. Happened to be Mo Bamba's family.
Oh,
and they're like, "Hey, stick around after the game." So they gave us the family passes, and we got to stay with the family after the game and like meet the players and shit. Yeah.
That is actually pretty dope. Good for you.
Yeah. It was a fun night.
Probably got blown out, though. That'd be my guess. If it were Mo Bamba on the... They did. Oh, okay.
Not only did they win that game, but they clinched their playoff berth for the first time in like 10 years in that game against the Celtics. It was
Still haven't won since 2012, but that's okay.
You know the Magic haven't won a playoff series since Dwight Howard?
Is that 2012, right?
Is that 2012?
I thought I heard something saying it was either them being 2012 or 2009, but I feel like it was the Pistons that were 2009.
It's been rough sledding being a Magic fan.
Yeah, but hey, man, you're up 2-1. Just be happy with that. You weren't supposed to be here, but what I've been told, and it makes sense, is styles make fights, and this is one of those type of things. I'm sure we'll get into it though.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much in the Magic game because it's going on right now. So who knows? Like we're talking one thing right now with all this gusto.
We were way off what happened last
time we were done recording. They could be blown out.
Very true.
I do want to talk about. Let's get right into the talk. I do want to talk about a different series actually first. D, I owe you an apology, my friend.
Oh, do you?
We recorded last week, and the Lakers had one game won, and I poo-pooed that completely. Now we can talk about the Rockets in a second, but you were up 3-1 in the series. You were up 3-0, and no team in NBA history has overcome an 0-3 deficit. So safe to say, history is on your side. I don't want to jinx anything, but history is on your side about going to round 2. This Lakers team was left for dead, but here you are, D, the Lakers fan, looking at the second round already.
So I'm still not ready to do that yet. Let everything happen. Anything could happen when it comes to injuries. I know it was late, but we saw people get ejected in certain games. You know, what's his name? Ayton just got ejected in this game with those ejections in the Nuggets Wolves game. Anything could happen. So like, I'm not ready to just say it's over. But game 3, it was game 3. That overtime game, I'm not sure if you watched it, but it was just like one of these weird feelings of, all right, they're down 6 with 30 seconds left. It's most likely over. And then for some weird reason, it was even off of a missed shot. For some weird reason, I can't remember, I don't know, it was Parker, might have been Parker, just throws an errant pass to Marcus Smart. And then because he threw the bad pass, you would think, all right, let me just let him shoot. We're up 6. He follows him. And so you sit up in your chair and you're like, wait a minute, something could happen here. Like, I know, like we've seen, 7 points or 13 points in 7 seconds, whatever it is. We've seen these things happen. Marcus Smart hits all 3. All right, cool. I've said this so much more like in the last month and a half because of March Madness, and now here we are in the playoffs. Dude, when people see press, people freak out now. I don't know if it's just like not taught in like grade school anymore, but like you see it in high school, You see it in college, what we saw in the national championship, and now we're seeing it in the pros. When you press, people freak the F out. And Reed Shepherd did the same thing. Instead of just dribbling the ball up and passing it, he tries to go in between three people. LeBron's like, poke, gets to Marcus Smart, throw it up, and now you got two people. You either LaRavia's going to shoot it or LeBron. Thankfully, LaRavia made the right play. Let me get to the guy that scored the most points in the history of the game. And LeBron bangs a three, and it's like, dude, how? I'm loving it because, like, go to overtime. Perfect. We don't need you to hit another shot. Just go to overtime. You have the momentum. And the fact that you blew a 6-point lead with 30 seconds left, that's a wrap on the series. Like, how do you – last night was an anomaly. LeBron James is 50. At some point, you're going to see him be tired. He was exhausted yesterday. And, I'm not like the biggest LeBron James fan, but I will give him that. Like, he's playing on as much as he can, 40 minutes a night. He didn't come out in overtime. So, like, they were tired for this game. They have the younger team. They should have won that game last night. But back in LA, I don't know, man. These are some haymakers that the Lakers are throwing that I did not see happening at all. KD or no KD, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I hope for your sake as a Lakers fan, I hope they can close it out in 5 because my understanding is there's a decent chance we see Austin Reeves next series. I don't think he's coming back for this series at all, but next series you'll see AR. My understanding is Luka's pretty far away.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see him
around, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Luka back next series. LeBron's putting a hell of an effort with the rest of the guys to take this series. And like you said, he's 75 years old. He's going to need some time off in between series. So I'm hoping you put it away because the last thing you want if you're a Lakers fan is this thing to stretch to 6 or, God forbid, it gets to 7 games, right? Because then you're number one at risk of losing the series, but you're putting some serious mileage on LeBron at that point. He doesn't need that.
They have the better time playing when they have the 3-day break. And we talked about like the privilege of being a Laker and getting that schedule. They got 2 of them this series. Like this was one of them on the short 2-day turnaround is when it hurt them the most. But when they've had 3-day breaks, that's when they come out and play their best. So like, I'm not mad at it. And now they're in LA for, I think it's Wednesday they play.
To comment more on the whole press idea, I'm surprised I don't see it as like more deployed more. And not even like the full pork for
why? Go ahead.
I'm just thinking back to last year and the playoff run by the Pacers, and one of their biggest weapons was, hey, we're going to give you 94 feet of hell. Like we're going to get up on you. And not only is it disruptive, but the biggest thing is you take time off the shot clock. So like when you get into your regular offense, you don't have 20 seconds, multiple looks and multiple different things you can throw out. You're now limited to, all right, we're getting the ball. We're starting our offense with 16, 14 seconds. If our first look doesn't look great, we can't get into another set. We're just playing iso ball at that point. Like it's a great strategy to employ. I guess there is downfalls to it, but like I'm surprised we don't see it more, especially against a team like the Rockets who don't have a true point guard right now.
So one reason why you won't see that is because pros don't want to press. They just don't. You got to think that we're talking about load management and shrinking the schedule from 82 to 74, whatever they want to do. Like they don't want to press random Tuesday in the middle of December. Like that's just not a thing. But the reason why you see it successful are teams that have athletic bigs, and you have somebody that can cover when you get the press beat, somebody in the backcourt that can still defend either in the paint or stretch out if he has to get to his guy. They were very dominant with that in Indiana because they had Pascal. I'm pretty sure that was part of their
Pascal. Miles can move pretty good. Miles,
but most likely it was Pascal all the way in the back is what I'm saying, because he's able to guard paint and perimeter. And if you get past them, well, guess what? Hallie's screaming, and I can't remember who the other little guard was that they had last year.
TJ McConnell.
Not TJ. There was somebody else. Nemhart, thank you. Like they had guards that were quick, young, fast. Yeah. Like even if you get by me, I'm gonna sprint my ass off and get back in front of you. Like nothing, not just because I'm going off with the Lakers. Like nothing against AR and Luka, but like they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not getting that effort out of them too. If you press, that's why it's an end of the game type of thing for the most teams in the NBA.
No one's accused the Lakers this year of being young and athletic.
Oh my goodness. Which is very surprising it's not surprising that the Rockets aren't up. It's surprising that like you see how bad they are because they don't have a point guard, which was brought up all year that it was going to hurt them. And if Reed Shepherd doesn't have this monstrous shooting game that, like, I don't know if he has it again in LA, who knows if like it turns out to be that way, because it was close. Jared Vanderbilt got ejected, and that's when everything changed, obviously, because then they were allowed to attack in the paint more.
I don't think the Rockets made a single.
DeAndre Ayton got ejected. I said Vanderbilt. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't think the Rockets made a single deadline move this year,
no.
Which is like them showing they didn't really give a shit about this year to begin with. They punted on the year, but CJ McCollum, which we'll talk about later, was out there and available. I would assume who we'll probably talk about later, was out there and available for very little, both of those guys. And the Rockets punted on both and said, no, we're good with point guards. Before the playoff start, D, right? I gave you my top 5 players and things with the most pressure. If I were to redo my list of like teams or players with the most pressure today, the Rockets would have taken number 1.
Oh yeah,
they would have taken the number 1 spot because someone's gonna go. Like, I think Ime's done a horrendous job with this team. Is he a good coach? Probably, but he mismanaged the regular season. I get it. It's 82 games and people complain like it's too many games. Nobody cares. We're not going to watch all the games. And yes, not all 82 games matter in the grand scheme of things in the NBA. But the reason why you have 82 games is so you can tinker, you can test, you can vet different strategies. JJ Redick, the Lakers coach, threw everything out in the regular season and figured out what works. He figured out, all right, in this situation, I can do this, that. Ime is like, nah, we're tough and tumble. We're going to play all our defenders every game and grind out wins. Cool. But when that doesn't work in the playoffs, you haven't tested nothing else. You put Reed Shepherd on a shelf for half of the year. And now you're like, hey, Reed, we're going to need you to play 35 minutes and be our lead point guard in the playoffs. Is that cool? Okay, good. This is going to go great. No, because you had purposely disregarded the value of testing things out in the regular season. And now look at you. You have no other options. You have no cards to play for the Rockets and Ime.
So they have a problem because JJ, although they did lose, and I think it was more of just it being that game that was a scheduled loss, JJ Redick has outcoached Ime Udoka like hand over fist with this one.
Yeah.
There was talks about like when Ime Udoka was with the Celtics and KD was on the Nets, what they did to help beat them was they blitzed Marcus Smart and a double team defender against Kevin Durant. Fast forward 5 years later, what are the Lakers doing? Blitzing Marcus Smart against Kevin Durant with a secondary defender when he's got the ball. And it's like, you gotta be able to like make adjustments on the fly. And that's what held the Celtics back with Udoka, was they had the talent, but when games were close, we saw them blow countless 20-point leads time after time after time because there were no in-game adjustments. And you're seeing it very similar right now where the Lakers are just able to take advantage. Now, they did win. I'm admitting that the Rockets beat the crap out of them last night. But if we're going to look at the grand scheme of it being 4 games, JJ Redick has outcoached Ime Udoka easily this series.
I think Ime is a great culture coach.
Yes.
And that's weird to say because of what happened in Boston, but like he changed.
I mean, you guys got a lot more going on now, huh? You just no head coaches can just stay faithful in New England. Ime Udoka, and now your football coach.
We can say not my football coach.
No, I know, no, not you. But I'm talking to y'all up north because I know y'all in Boston are watching this. But Ime Udoka in trouble. Mike Vrabel in trouble.
Alex
like apparently, yeah, Alex Cora gone. Like Robert Kraft, we know him. Like you guys just can't just stay out of the media. And like you talk about championship town, but like scandalism town is a bigger thing. So I heard that and I was like, good God, coaches in New England, y'all got to figure it out because I don't understand how you get a job and then you get plucked for some type of unfaithfulness. Like that's a prerequisite in New England, apparently.
It's wild. But back to the original conversation.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, Ime is a good culture coach, but I don't know if he's a good X's and O's in-game coach. Like he's kind of shown that in the past with the Celtics, right? Like in the playoffs, he was outclassed by Steve Kerr. Which again, Steve Kerr's a good coach. I wouldn't say he's a great coach, a good coach, but like outclassed. He's continually outclassed. Does he create a good culture for winning? Yes, but when it comes to what did they nut cutting time?
Yeah,
that ain't his specialty. On the flip side, with the Rockets though, like. Train wreck going on there. The Kevin Durant thing is very, very strange. Now, like I guarantee you he's hurt, but like the way this season has played out with KD, missing game 3 after the injury, so he doesn't even show up to the game, doesn't show up on the bench for game 3 when they lose. And this comes after the whole All-Star break Twitter scandal thing where he basically was dogging on his whole team. Like, this man's probably done in Houston already. He's already probably looking ahead to his next team.
I wouldn't put it past. I have done zero research on it. All I hear is like rumblings. Like, what was he like doing his fake Twitter account and calling people out? Is that what the whole big thing was around All-Star break?
Yeah, the All-Star break thing was he was in like a group chat on Twitter or something like that, and he was just basically calling out all of his all the former teammates, talking shit about his current teammates with the Rockets. He at one point, one of the comments he put was, "Where I miss Ben Simmons, at least that used expletive would pass me the damn ball."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Katie, I mean, boy can hoop. I'll give you that. Everything else that comes with him, he's fallen down the pegs of like greatness just because of like him, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. Am I happy up 3-1? Yes, I am very. Do I think it's over? I can't quite say that yet. It really just depends on how game 5 is going to start. But no team has ever lost being up 3-0 in NBA history. LeBron has never lost the series up 2-0 in his history. So there are a lot of things that are going towards them. It's just you got to put the series away in game 5. You can't let this get to a game 6.
Perfect segue. Talking about 3-1. Do I think it's over? I don't know. Nuggets, Timberwolves. Now this is an interesting one because the way I hate how the banner turned out there.
I was going to say you got to pull a space. Let me see if I can fix that.
If you can fix it. The way the Nuggets have played in this series thus far against the Timberwolves, you would assume that it is over down 3-1, right? Granted, they have 2 games at home. They'll have game 5 and game 7 at home if necessary for the Nuggets. But we saw in game 4, that did not fix it. It's okay. We saw in game 4, we lost Ant Edwards for the rest of the series, most likely with a hyperextension in his knee and a bone bruise, which that's a pretty serious injury, especially when he's been dealing with knee injuries throughout the playoffs thus far. And they lost Dante DiVincenzo, presumably for the remainder of the season with, I don't know if they confirmed
Achilles. It was Achilles, yep.
Achilles injuries. So this Timberwolves team is very depleted now. Again, Nuggets have their own injury issues with Aaron Gordon, but like, in your opinion, do the Nuggets have any glimmer of hope? They would have to win the next 3 in a row, but they've been playing like dog shit the whole entire series.
I think the Nuggets are cooked because of attitude, and the Nuggets want to fight without actually wanting to fight. And I'd rather you fight in the scoreboard versus wanting to fight because somebody scored on you.
Are you talking about the Jokic thing at the end of the game?
Yeah, I think that's soft. Like, it takes some gall. Jaden McDaniels shouts to you, round of applause. It takes gall for somebody to put a mic in front of you and go, "Hey, so what's the deal? What do you think you could do this series?" And you go, "Those guys are bums. They're terrible at defense. We're gonna attack all of their terrible defenders. We're gonna attack." And he started with, he's like, "We're gonna attack Jokic." Go ahead.
Can you also provide clarification on the statement? He said that after game 2.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was early into the series. Yeah. It was after the first game they won. Nuggets took game 1, then the Wolves took game 2, and they were like, "What did you guys see differently?" And I texted you. I was like, "Dude, the Wolves are going at the Nuggets," because that was the game I watched the next day on that recap that I sent to you. And like all of the highlights were them just going to the rim. And I was like, damn, they're just going after the Nuggets. And Jaden McDaniels was like, "We're attacking their worst defenders, Jokic. We're going to attack Jamal Murray. We're going to attack Aaron Gordon." And he just ripped off obviously everybody
after, all bad.
Essentially, but like he was being serious when he first said Jokic. And it's like, all right, man, you got to stand on business. And that's what he's doing. They're going right at him. And I will be the first one to tell you, I rag on Rudy Gobert. I can't stand him. I just can't. But he's playing a hell of a series on Jokic. He's making him work. And when you have to exhaustedly, it's not even a word, just made it one, but when you're exhausted and you have to, his shot is so awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way back here. But when you're tired and you have to use your arms to shoot because he's actually bullying you in the paint, like, that changes Jokic's game. Is he going to get a triple-double? Yeah, he handles the rock more than anybody on the team, so he's going to get assists. He's 7 foot, so he's going to get rebounds, and he can score. So, yeah, get you 20, 10, and 10. but it is a hard-working 20-10-10. And shouts to, I know that we're going to talk about Ayo Dosunmu being like the game ball winner, but like Jaden McDaniels and Rudy Gobert are the unsung heroes in this series right now.
I do have a question for you, D.
Yeah.
I won't make you answer the question honestly after seeing what Gobert has done in this season. I know you hate Rudy Gobert with a passion, and you've seen how dominant he's been defensively.
He has.
Holding Jokic to what, like what he's done. He looks less than superhuman right now, Jokic, with Gobert on him. Is Rudy Gobert a Hall of Famer?
Oh, I hate this.
Can I give you the numbers?
You don't have to. I can answer it.
I want to give it though.
Go ahead.
3-time All-Star, 1 All-NBA team, actually 4 All-NBA teams, 1 second, 3
just
thirds.
the big one.
4 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Oh, it was 4. I thought it was 3.
4 Defensive Player of the Year, 7 All-Defensive First Team, 1 All-Defensive Second Team. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
That's crazy.
He is by accolades only one of the more unique defensive players that the league has ever seen. Do I believe he is a unique? No, I don't. I just think he benefited from being a 7'5" center.
He's not more 7'5". He's 7.
Whatever.
He's 7.
I see more from what Wemby is doing on a defensive standpoint than what Gobert has been doing.
You can't. Yeah, they're obviously very different.
Are they? Aren't they both from France? Like, that's just what it is. Like, are they that much different than tall as shit?
Over here, like, they're tall people from France are the same.
Wemby is just different, man. Wemby is different. But, like, I give him hell because, like, I just joke and clown about Gobert. He's so offensively not gifted. But on defense, he is making Jokic work. And because of that, the Nuggets don't look as good. Jamal Murray, we've seen him have hot nights, but then there's times when McDaniels is like, not today. Nope, you're going to struggle for this 20. And then they get an easy bucket on the other end. So, like, do I think the Nuggets have a chance? No. I just think that the attitude difference between this, like, the Wolves hate the Nuggets. And that's an edge that you have, whether you got Ant Edwards out there or not. Like, you're going out there to embarrass the people that you're playing against.
Well, unlike the Nuggets, though, the Wolves aggressively tried to improve their team at the deadline. And, like, say what you want, like, they gave up a bunch of second-round picks for Ayo Dosunmu. That dude's been fucking awesome. Like, he's been great for them. And he's a unrestricted free agent after this year. My man's going to make, like, $25 million a year after this. Like, he's going to
put up 40 in a playoff game, and before that 20, like, that's what people want to see. That's next man. You get the bag just because you're the next guy to get paid. That's what's going to happen to him.
By the way, I love what Ayo's doing because he's getting a lot of his points, like, pushing the pace, pushing the tempo. Which I said, like, this Nuggets team just wants to be slow puttering and play in half court. Like, don't play their game. Just be aggressive on defense and push the pace on offense. And they don't like that, man. Shout outs to the Timberwolves, man. It's been great.
Yeah, love that one.
That being said, though, I do think Nuggets win Game 5 at home.
They should, yeah.
With their season on the line. It's going to come down to Game 6. You do not let Denver win Game 6 in Minnesota. And again, it's going to be without Ant, without Dante. They're going to be down men.
Why I don't care about that going 7. I think I said that series was going to go 7 is the Wolves proved that they can win on the road. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if, like, it's different than, like, the Rockets that, like, they haven't been able to beat the Lakers in LA, right? Like, they just didn't. They got smacked. So, like, when you go on the road and beat them in Game 5, now you're like, well, then they don't care about it Game 7 because they just did it in Game 5. With the Wolves, they've already done it. So I already plagued this one to go 7 with or without Ant, and it wouldn't surprise me if it did, and the Wolves just be the team that wins. I don't believe in the Nuggets winning this series.
By the way, the Nuggets' downfall is really their cheap ownership because they made that move in the offseason to get Cam Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Not fully because they believed more in Cam Johnson than Michael Porter Jr., because they wanted to get under the luxury tax line, and making that trade to get Cam Johnson and get rid of Michael Porter Jr. saved them a bunch of money. They've been notoriously cheap, the Nuggets ownership, trying to stay under the luxury tax line, and they're not supporting them. My man, the Joker.
The Joker. He needs more scoring around him. The way that he plays.
Yeah, it's disappointing, and like this might be it for the Nuggets. Like I'm being dead serious because
Window closed. Yes,
OKC's going nowhere, and the Spurs are ascending
they're
rapidly.
here.
Timberwolves, they got a young star in Edwards. There's teams in the West, even like the Trailblazers, like they're like teams are getting better around the Nuggets. I don't see them getting any. They're not improving.
They're not getting younger.
No,
Brown hasn't done much. Hasn't done as much as we thought he would
terrible
be.
contract, by the way.
Christian Brown has a bad contract. I hate to see it, but Jamal Murray, yes, this was his best season of his career. He's only going to get older, so like. And he's a combo guard. At the end of the day, he's still a combo guard, which they don't have a true because they have Jokic. Over time, like that's going to hurt you. So they made their run when they had defense as the staple, and then they could have Jokic score. They don't have the defense right now, and their scoring is a little bit lower than it was when they won their championship.
I'm hoping the series is. I don't know when they would play Game 6. Probably not before we meet again. So hopefully this goes to 7. We have more to talk about next
that
week.
Would be great.
Knicks Hawks.
This
has been a really, really fun series between the Knicks and the Hawks because it's 2-2, and we've seen a resurgence. I would even say a renaissance because like resurgence of CJ McCollum is not even true because like I don't think he was even this potent when he was in Portland when he was in his prime. Like this series has been bananas. I think he's scoring 27 points a game. I have to double check the number. I think it's 26 or 27 points a game in this series. It's been interesting in the fact that you have the Knicks who have been really keeping this thing alive with the two-man game of Brunson and Cat. Outside of them, it's been very, very little contributions. I mean, OG, I will say this before OG has been stepping up, like in key pivotal moments, he's been hitting massive buckets. I think it was the last game they played, end of possession, just like ridiculous 3-point shots that goes into corner shots. But outside of those three guys, like Mikal Bridges, who they traded all those picks for, I think he was 6 quarters of scoreless basketball. Who else am I thinking of? Who's been?
Josh Hart hasn't really played as much as the way that he's supposed to play. Scoring wise, like the Knicks are searching for offense, and thank goodness Cat is there because
he should dominate.
You said this. You said it at the beginning of the series. Like he's got to be the guy to win this because he's too different. He's a big body post man that they don't have on Atlanta to really stop him, but he can also stretch the floor. Which now you should allow Brunson to be able to work his below the paint game because of it. So he should be when he is dominant, the Knicks look amazing. They look unstoppable. But then there's games where he goes missing, and then you play Brunson ball, and that's the ISO dribble for 20 seconds, and hopefully the bucket goes in because you ain't getting it from Hart, and you sure as hell ain't getting it from Mikal Bridges.
Well, I think too a problem is that the most potent part of the Knicks offense against the Hawks has been the two-man game of Brunson and Towns. And Mike Brown has made the decision, and I guess it's rightfully so, to sit both of those guys at the same time. Let's maximize the time that those two guys are on the court together. And they've basically done lineups where all four of the starters sit and they leave Josh Hart out with the bench guys. The bench unit for the Knicks is not as good as the Hawks bench unit. Like what the Hawks are bringing in and the depth that the Hawks are providing, they're winning those bench minutes. It's the two-man game that's really keeping the Knicks afloat here. On the Hawks side, right, it's an interesting watch for the Hawks because like no one's really stepping up as a scorer outside of CJ McCollum. And it's basically like, hey, everyone play excellent defense. Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniel, everyone will contribute a little bit here or there. But when we need a bucket, we're going to go to the 37-year-old or 36-year-old CJ McCollum over and over and over again as like our alpha scorer. And it's working, which is insane right now. By the way, shout out to the Hawks front office because they've historically done a very good job like of acquiring talent through the draft, like a Kongwu, Jalen Johnson. They traded for Dyson Daniels. They've made really smart moves. This deadline, the Hawks get CJ McCollum, who's literally keeping them in the series, and getting Jonathan Kuminga, who in the games that they've won, he's been super productive and important. In fact, I think in their last win, Game 3, they decided to close the game out with Kuminga over Dyson Daniels to have more scoring. So like both of their additions at the deadline, excellent moves for them.
They're not making moves that you would like write home about, like, oh yes, this is going to be the needle turner that gets us to the championship, but they're doing things that are strategically going to keep them between the 8 and 6 seed. Maybe they break through and get to a top 5 in the next 3 years because of their depth. Like, I don't think CJ does this outside of this season. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those, who was the bubble, the Pacers bubble player?
Bubble Warren.
Yeah, TJ Warren. This could be his moment where it's just like, it's the CJ playoff run. And he's going off for 30 randomly, but he's averaging 28. I just looked. And this is just his time. He may not be able to do it again, but this Hawks team, as everybody else in the East, is getting better. They are young enough to try to make some type of run where they bring in a vet that helps them get over the hump.
And the problem the Knicks are facing is they're just hunting Brunson. They're hunting Brunson and they're hunting Miles McBride. They're hunting the little guards with CJ because, like, CJ, is he a natural point guard? No, he's more of a scoring guard who can handle, but he's got size. I think he's 6'5", 6'6". So he has size over the small point guard.
He's not 6'6".
He's 6'5". Yeah, he
might be 6'5", 6'4", but yeah, he's not 6'6".
But he's got a natural advantage over Deuce McBride and Brunson. So he can just get the ball ISO, drive, and then stop and pop. And it's just, he's hitting every single one of those every time.
Yeah. So big shouts to them for being in this series more than what you would expect. But it's not, I don't think there's a way that you can tip the scale for either team right now. And that's not just saying because it's 2-2. It's like, I really don't know what Knicks team you're going to get. And you have no idea if this is going to continue with CJ. So like it's fun because it's the unknown series that it could go 7 and it could be 4-3 Knicks. And it's a 3-point game 7 win in New York. Like that's how tight the series is right now.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are still heavily favored. I mean, maybe it's because it's New York bias. I think I checked this morning. I think they're minus 240 to win the series.
Okay.
But like they're 2 home games. Just fundamental question about this series.
Yeah.
If Knicks do lose against the Hawks, or if they lose some point in the playoffs, I feel like this just reinforces the concept that you can't win a championship with a small guard. Because we're seeing exactly what happens, right? It's so much easier to hunt that small guard and get your shot off. And that's exactly why CJ is averaging 28 points a game in this series, because they're just hunting him relentlessly, Brunson, play after play after play after play. If you have a small wing, you can at least cover up for it. It's a little less obvious, but with the small guard, man, it's hard. It's so hard to defend in the playoffs.
There's one person in the NBA, the history of the league, that I can think of. No, I mean, I guess you go Isaiah. I was going to say Steph Curry. Isaiah Thomas did win his, but I guess they both go together with it. I was going to say defensive minded, and people will laugh when I say this, defensive minded. Steph Curry led the league in steals. Is it on ball steals? No, but that's how you can get away from being picked on, is when the ball leaves whoever he's guarding, he's lurking somewhere and he gets a turnover. That causes people to go, crap, like we have to find where he is on the court. That's a problem. And Isaiah Thomas, he's a defensive-minded point guard. So, like, yeah, I'll give you those. But, like, your star, shorter guards, your Allen Iversons couldn't do it. Your Dame Lillard couldn't do it. Like, these smaller 6'2", 6'3 guards, they really didn't have success in the playoffs because your taller teams, styles make fights. They go after them. And unless you got somebody that can put up 30, 40 on the other side and get a turnover or two, it really is against you. And that's what the Knicks are seeing. So, like, yeah, I would agree that if Jalen Brunson, love the fact that he's the heart of New York right now, but if he's your best player, you're not going to win a championship, unfortunately.
Yeah. This series.
Oh my goodness. I tried to tell you guys about this.
This series is interesting, Cavs Raptors, because after 2 games, we pretty much said this thing's over, right? Raptors this season had a losing record against teams 500 or better, so we always thought they were kind of fraudulent as a 5 seed. Cavs absolutely dog walk them in the first 2 games. He's back, baby.
I tried to tell you.
Playoff James Harden is back, baby.
I tried to tell you guys. And go ahead, do you think?
Games 3 and 4 combined, James Harden has 15 turnovers to 12 assists.
You're going over this. No, hold on. Let me check the shots made. Because I know he had more turnovers than shots made in game 4. But let me check to see if he had more turnovers than shots made in game 3. You went shots to it. You went turnovers to assist. I'm talking shots.
Okay, give me the stat.
Yes. 5 for 11 and 8 turnovers. So yes, in games 3 and 4, for those that want to talk to me about James Harden, this, James Harden, that, James Harden has more turnovers than shots made. I've never felt more confident in knowing that it's death, taxes, and James Harden disappearing in the playoffs. Like, it's just him. And I don't know how, I don't know why, but he just gets to the playoffs and like, here it is. And there were people that were talking to me about like, oh, well, would you take Darius? Would you feel more confident with Darius Garland or with James Harden? I was like, Garland, 1,000%, because I know what I'm going to get from Harden when it's the playoffs. And it's this. He breaks the record for most consecutive threes missed. That's what he does. He breaks the record for the highest turnover to assist or shots ratio for being a Hall of Famer. That's James Harden. So yeah, this doesn't surprise me one bit that he's played like this when things get tight and Spider's out there. We just talked about small guards. He's one of them. He's out there busting his ass. He's not going to win you a championship being a 6'1", 6'2" point guard. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Spider was awful in game 4. We'll see. I'm sure he'll bounce back. He has these games. That's kind of his MO. Like Spider.
But he has these. Oh, you mean Spider? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Spider Mitch will give you a 45-point game in the playoffs,
and then 70 random. Yes,
he'll have a dud here or there. I'm not putting this one totally on him. I do want to call out one player though. Like James Harden is obviously going to be the scapegoat in the punching.
Call him out because you said he's going to be bottom 5 responsible this season.
Evan Mobley has been absolute dog shit the past 2 games. And because he's Evan Mobley and you have James Harden and Donovan Mitchell to take the attention when there's a loss, no one talks about him. He had 8 points in game 4. I'm looking over his last 2 games. Game 3, 8. What was it? Game 3, 15 points, 4 for 13 from the field. Bro, you're a big. You can't shoot 4 for 13 from the field.
You didn't say the bigger number. He was a -20 while on the court.
That's what and this is the guy that like, hey, we'll package him for Giannis. Like
they were like, nah.
He has all the potential in the world. He's a great defender. He has excellent size, athleticism, but like we keep waiting for this to happen. Evan Mobley become like all NBA Evan Mobley. It might not just be who he is at this point because they've signaled the Cavs. We need to bring in another star to anchor the team and bring in James Harden. Good luck with that. But like Evan Mobley is just skating away because everyone's going to crap on James Harden because, it's a fun thing to do when it's playoffs. But still, Evan Mobley getting a free pass on this.
Yeah, that's I don't want to say it's over yet. I just think when you see the
Raptors are bad, by the way, so it's definitely
they are. And you don't know what's going to happen. You can have a random from the trio. You can have a random 10 for 69. It just can happen. But this is the James Harden I tried to tell everybody about when people were talking about would you rather have or would you rather? And I was like, give me Darius Garland over James Harden in the playoffs.
Like the commercials that was a 30 for 30. What if I told you what if I told you a team shot 13% from the 3-point line and still won a playoff game? Did you know the Raptors shot 13% from the 3-point line in the game 4 and still won?
4 for 30, baby. 4 for 30. But that's how bad.
How?
I'm telling you, dude. How? Because the Cavs have somebody on their team that broke the record for most consecutive threes missed in a game. It was like 23s. I don't have the exact number. We go find it. But when it was the game 7, James Harden versus the Warriors,
I remember that.
He just went 0 for like 17 from 3. And Chris Paul's like, dog, what are we doing? Like, brother, you're supposed to be the MVP. Like, how are you going? Like, when he's over 15, like, all right, man, let's just get one, James. It's over 16. All right, brother, like, can we just lock in and get one, please? And 17, 18. Now, I'm pretty sure it was 20. But yes, broke the record for most consecutive threes missed. And I just throw in that as a Hall of Famer because he is one. He craps the bed in the biggest moment. And when he's needed, I won't even just say biggest moments. When he's needed, games like this happen.
I do think, Scott, just to give the Raptors some credit, right? First of all, let's be positive. Steve.
Give him credit for being 2-2. Yeah.
I think Scotty Barnes deserves his flowers. We talked about Scotty Barnes and like the type of player we think he is. We don't think he's the number one team on a championship winning team. He's awesome though. Game 3, 33 points, did everything. Excellent, like just lockdown defender throughout the series. Okay, game 4. I mean, but by the standards of the team, everyone who played, good game for him. I mean, everyone was bad at game 4.
Game 4 was bad from both sides. It's just who wanted to lose the game. I think that game showed. What was it, like 36-38 at halftime? It was like a low-scoring, ugly ass. Let me get the exact number for you.
But when you looked it up, I just want to say Scotty Barnes has shown up and shown out because this Raptors team does not have the firepower to keep up with the Cavs. And Scotty's been doing his thing. What do you want to tell me?
I was spot on. It was 36-38. Like, I remember looking at it and being like, this, and it was on NBC too. So I was like, this looks like an old 90s like playoff game with like their averaging teams is like 85 to like 90. And that's what it finished, 89-93.
The only other player I wanted to call out, just a shout out, who I like because I play fantasy basketball, so like I follow these little random players. I like Colin Murray-Boyles on the Raptors. I think he's a nice little player. I think he's eventually going to take Jakob Poeltl's spot, who's getting paid like $100 million to be trash. But CMB also a very productive game for the Raptors in Game 4.
He's the rookie that got drafted this year, right?
He's a rookie. He's kind of his draft comp was Draymond Green.
Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember that being a thing because, like, I also said at the draft when we were covering this was like they just drafted another 6'8" wing when they got 6'8" wings all over the board. So like, if it works out for them, if Jakob's out of there because they got this rookie who can come off of the bench and then eventually take a starting spot, like good, 15 off of the bench. We just saw what's his name put up 30, 33 off the bench in the Celtics. So like you get bench production, that's huge in the playoffs.
And I would love to look up his stats over the past couple weeks. I have it right here.
His last 10, he's averaging 12, 5 and 2 in the last 10.
I was going to say, my God, Brandon Ingram, if he could actually hit a shot, the Raptors could have a chance to win this series. He's been dreadful in this series. He shot 50%, 20%, 50%, and 26% the past 4 games in the series.
That sounds about right.
I sense some hate as a Lakers fan for Brandon.
No, it's just I like Brandon. I like BI. I'm glad that he was part of the piece to get AD to get us a championship. I'll just say that.
The last NBA topic, and I know you want to talk to us, so we'll be brief about this. Of course, the title is gross again. I just want to mention Celtics. Celtics versus 76ers. 76ers are pretty much dead in the water now. Game 4, Embiid comes back. But I just want to start off by this.
Dumb.
For all the people who have constantly over the past 6 years just talked shit about Joel Embiid, how he's soft and weak and sits out game. This man is a warrior. I'm just going to say it right now. The man came back 2 weeks after getting his appendix removed to play in the playoffs. And he casually put up 24, 12, and 6 or something like that.
This past game?
Yeah.
Yeah, 26, 10, and 6.
After not playing for 2 weeks after getting his appendix removed.
So what? Go ahead. Actually,
I just want to say, I don't want people to question Joel Embiid's characters. Like he wants to be out there and play. The man just had the worst luck in NBA history, injury wise, outside of maybe Greg Oden.
Fair. What I'll do then is I will give flowers to an incredible return, giving him his flowers for toughness, and then I will say it was incredibly stupid of that coaching staff to insert him.
It was because they were playing better without him.
They changed the entire dynamic of that team with him on the court. And we saw VJ Edgecombe and even Tyrese Maxey. I think they had I heard it today, Maxey had 3 shots in the first 3 quarters. That's not going to win the game. They were battling. I'm not going to say they were going to win, but they were battling when their younger stars were going back and forth against the Brown, Tatum, and obviously I think the little dude, what's his name? Pritchard. He came off the bench. He's shot crazy like Derek White when he can hit.
By the way,
he's shot like crap from what I've heard. He's still shooting like crap.
So, surprise to nobody, by the way.
No.
Surprise to nobody. Let me say, surprise to nobody. Peyton Pritchard, absolute fan favorite up in Boston. Surprise to nobody.
Of course he is. But what I mean by it is when Maxey and Edgecombe were running the offense, team was faster. It's just how it is. And you got people moving around better. It got people involved more. When Embiid's on the court because he's getting paid $55 million a year, you got to run the offense through him. And it just changed the dynamic. So I'm glad that he got out there and like, I'll give him the flowers for being tough. Yes, it's not easy to do. So like, I'm not questioning his character to come back and play a playoff game. I'm questioning the decision to play him in this playoff series when he just wasn't needed. And I'm not going to say that they had a chance of winning, but like it's most certainly over because they made that decision.
Yeah. And I heard this opinion today. And I'm going to preface it by saying hindsight's 2020, right? Like if he came back and they won game 4 and it's 2-2, we're all praising the move. It's so smart. Oh my God, they're geniuses. Joel is the best. They lost. So we're going to obviously, talk down about the decision. But the opinion I heard today was like, hey, wouldn't it have made more sense to give Joel one more game of rest? You've been playing well without him. You're playing more fast pace. And then, break glass in case of emergency in game 5 when you're on the brink of elimination, bringing him in then, give it one more run. I agree with that sentiment. But again, hindsight's 2020. I'm sure if they'd won the game, we wouldn't be saying that today after a win.
True. And I said it's they've shot like crap, and that's what gets them out of games, that being the Celtics. This was the game they didn't. And it didn't matter who was out there on the court. When you go out there and shoot 53 threes and you make more than half of them,
you're not winning.
You're going to win. Yeah, the Celtics are going to win the game. They broke the record for most threes made as a team in the playoffs. And Peyton Pritchard was 2 points off from breaking the off the bench record for the Celtics. Like, it's just, that's a game that when the shots are going in, you go, well, this is the reason why they won the NBA championship 2 years ago, because they just, it doesn't matter if they shoot 90 shots, 60 of them are going to be threes. And if they make half of them, well, they win. That's just what they're going to do. I
mean, did this old Monicum in NBAs live by the 3, die by the 3? Game 2, they died by the 3. Mm-hmm. Game 4, they live by the 3. Luckily for the Celtics, they make more than they miss.
Insane. Their ratio with 3s to 2s is incredible.
The last thing I want to say, and we'll get to the draft because I want to talk draft real quick, is did you see what the Boston fans did in Philly? Okay.
Wait, here or did I see?
Here.
I did hear it, yes. Okay. We want Boston. Yes, I heard that.
Yeah. So when
you can hear it on the live telecast, and the announcers were trying to ignore it. They tried their damnedest to ignore it and not acknowledge it.
So yeah, I don't know if you know I'm sure you know the backstory, but when the Philadelphia 76ers hosted the Orlando Magic, they were chanting, "We want Boston," as they were going to eventually beat the Magic at that point and play the Celtics. And there were enough Celtics fans in attendance at Philadelphia chanting, "We want Boston," to taunt the Philadelphia crowd and taunt the Philadelphia fandom after that showing. That's hilarious, man. Good on them.
They will show up. They will show up and show out. So yes, good for the good old Boston team greeners. Green teamers, I think is what they're called up there.
Well, there's only one really good way to transition into the next segment.
It's a great sound right there.
I know you've been waiting for it, man. All right, so NFL draft. We're not going to go through every little thing, but just you, high level, what you want to talk about from the draft, man.
Let's at least just start with the first round. And from what we'll do first 10 picks team wise.
Okay.
From what I gathered in this draft is there aren't a lot of home run hitters. Everybody that is a top 10 draft pick has some type of question mark or asterisk next to them. That's including Fernando Mendoza. Because he was a transfer quarterback from 3 different teams, Cal. He started somewhere else, and then he ended up in Indiana. So, who knows how he's actually going to play, because he's had 3 different styles, and it took him to his 3rd coach to have the season that he did last year. And if you put that season up against other Heisman Trophy winning quarterback seasons, it's one of the worst in the history. It just, he benefited from having an incredibly talented team, tenured and older team with a great coach. So we'll see how he can flip this franchise in Las Vegas. Then you go down the list of, obviously, David Bailey, great edge from Texas Tech is random. You know what I'm saying? Like how good are those players when you don't have a history? And then Jeremiah Love, great running back. Knee injury from a couple of years ago. So like all of these names, I'm not going to go over everybody. I'm just saying all of these names, there's some type of asterisk where there's really no superstar.
When the Cardinals picked Jeremiah Love, I've heard rumors that it could happen when it happened. That seems like the dumbest pick I've ever seen because the Cardinals are so many pieces away. They're a dumpster fire. Who is their quarterback right now? Is it Brissett?
Yes. Well, they got a quarterback too. They picked up another quarterback. Yes, it was, but it is Brissett.
They picked up Carson Beck in the third round. This whole draft is like a drunk person draft from the Cardinals. I don't get it, and I think I saw something, and you'll correct me because you'll know this more than me. Is Jeremiah Love making like the most money for a running back right now?
I believe so because he's a top 5 pick, so you get top 5 money versus your re-signed money, which is like $12 million for running backs.
So like he's getting paid more than Saquon.
Yep.
This is why it makes no sense. If you're the Cardinals, like you're basically paying the most expensive running back in the 3rd round to be. Didn't they not watch the Raiders last year? Did they not watch the Raiders last year with Ashton Genty? It's like, come on.
There's a big difference between the 2 running backs, though. Genty and Love are 2 different backs. But I agree with you. This is why I said I don't really get it. I don't understand it. But like, let's hope that this works out for everybody.
That sounds like an owner pick. Like the owner was like, I really want this guy on the team. They're like,
well, you go over best available at that time. That's what you do is you get best available. And Jeremiah Love was best available. You're not going to go get a wide receiver if you have Marvin Harrison. If he's supposed to.
Arvell Reese is right there. That would have been the easy pick.
True. For some people that say that, but a lot of people talk about injuries. It's just this draft was strange. I think that it could be a very depth type of draft, but like we may not see major starters. You know what I'm saying? Carson Beck might start and he's a 3rd round quarterback. Like that's just weird.
Your guy.
But what I will say is there are a few teams that you look at and go, hey, you guys did really good. I'm not going to start off with my team, but I will give a big shout out, and I'm hopefully anybody up in New York is listening. You took the other New York team. I'm taking the Jets. I thought the Jets had a very, very strong draft, and even if people joke about the tight end that they picked, they got the best tight end in the country. So like you go get David Bailey again, obviously the end from Tech. You get Omar Cooper. We talked about wide receiver. Who's wide receiver from Ohio State? That's up there. I always forget their names.
Carnell Tate?
No. For the Jets currently.
Oh, Wilson.
Yes, Garrett Wilson needs a partner, right? You need somebody on the opposite side to take pressure off of him. So you have now Garrett Wilson. You have Kenyon Sadiq. You have Mason Taylor in the middle, and then you have Omar Cooper. And then on the outside, they went and addressed defensive back, which they got rid of Sauce. Great job getting rid of Sauce to pick up a decent corner, right? They won that pick because Sauce turned into an injury in Indianapolis. So like they picked players that they need. And one pick that I know that people are like, I don't want to, he's buns. Cade Klubnik was a top 3 draft pick 365 days ago. Like, I know that he didn't have the greatest Clemson season, but like you got Geno Smith, you know what I'm saying? You don't really risk a whole lot taking somebody who was projected to be a top 3 overall pick in the 4th round. So like, I get that there's like hesitation and skepticism behind it because he fell off so much. But when you get that type of player, it's not like he doesn't fit the piece. He's 6'2", 210, is a quarterback, athletic, can move, and has a good arm. Make it easy for him by having 2 tight ends and 2 good receivers on the outside. And who knows? And Breece Hall is still in the backfield. Who knows what could happen? So me personally, I think the Jets had one of the better drafts.
They had a good draft. I think the Browns, I mean, we always clown on the Browns and what they do in the front office, but I think they did a really good draft, right? Like the Browns are talking about we need offensive firepower and we need offensive line. Like their offensive line was a train wreck last year. Their first pick, they trade back. They get a little more capital, get the offensive lineman they wanted. They took the first offensive lineman off the board, the offensive tackle. They had 2 wide receivers that are quality wide receivers that play 2 different styles of ball. Concepcion in Boston. Concepcion's a slot receiver, right? Quick, shifty, and then Boston's like a big body receiver. So they had 2 quality wide receivers. And then they had 2 more offensive linemen later on in the draft, in Barber and Brailsford. So like they added 3 offensive linemen and 2 wide receivers in the first 5 rounds. So, like they knew what their needs were. And a lot of these guys are guys that were projected higher that kind of slid down to them, except for the final pick of the offensive tackle. But like it was really a smart draft. And I think like Deshaun Watson, when he started next year, is gonna be really happy about all these moves.
I love how you slipped that in there like that. We'll see what they do. They gotta play him just because they're paying him, which is weird. I don't want to go down the route of.
I was trying to piss you off. That was
I know you are. I know you. I'm still in the Shador algorithm, and they just want that brother to be so unsuccessful. It's so strange. I don't understand it.
I give one more shout out real quick, and it's going to be unpopular by you. I like what the Cowboys did, by the way.
You know, I don't mind it. It was a risky one, a risky move for them to go with the kid from Ohio State, Caleb Downs. Yeah, well, it's risky
because Downs. So I've heard a lot about his scouting report. I don't know how much you know about him. He's not the type of player who's going to get like a shit ton of turnovers. He's not kind of like, I'm going to bait you into turnovers. What makes Downs special, he's like a field general, and he had everyone on the Ohio State defense always in the right spot, telling people what to do, making all the reads pre-snap. The Cowboys need someone to organize their shit defense. Like they're all over the place, and he's going to be a floor raiser Downs for the entire defense of the Cowboys. And then they go next back-to-back edge rushers. Like I think like the offense is fine with Dallas. Like their defense was horrendous, and like they addressed it a little bit, and they got a guy who's going to raise everyone's ability. I like what the Cowboys did.
I don't mind it. And Caleb Downs, a little undersized for being a safety in the NFL. He's 5'11". That's like potentially could be like, I'm not going to say a downfall, but like if there is a hindrance to development, it's because he's just a little smaller. But he is, like you said, he's a playmaker that's not going to, he doesn't necessarily need to make turnovers. He is going to make a tackle at the right time. He doesn't miss his tackles, right? He's going to knock the ball down at right time. He's going to make sure he plays the ball in the air. So like I like it. I like that move. You were talking about who the edge rusher was. I said it was Lawrence, and you're like, no, it was somebody else. I was pretty sure it was Malachi Lawrence when we were talking off air. You said it was a different name. And I was like, no, I think it was Malachi Lawrence. But no, the Cowboys did great. And yeah, I'm gonna throw a little homer in this one because I think they did phenomenal.
They did good
for this. Are you saying they did good for who I'm about to say, or were you say what the Cowboys?
Saints. You're gonna say Saints.
Yes. I think. This has got to be the year. This has got to be the year that we find out is shuck the guy, right? Because they went out there and they got wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver. That goes to show you that they are investing in that offense. Jordan Tyson, you got your number 1 playmaker. Can Olave be somebody else? Sure, but he can go be somebody's number 2. He can be our number 2 now. We have plenty of other pieces to go to. They went out there and got Delp from Georgia, another tight end, which helps up the middle, especially for younger quarterbacks. We were just talking about this with the Jets. 2 good tight ends. You're going to have, I can't remember his name, sorry, but the Saints have a tight end right now that they threw out there. And
bro, that's your team.
Look, it's 10 o'clock, okay? I'm exhausted from talking. I don't remember names. Not good at it, especially when it's not in front of me. But the last thing that they got was Barian Brown, who was a dominant wide receiver at LSU. And they got Bryce Lance from North Dakota State, who's a tall, big body wide receiver.
I like Bryce Lance as a dart throw. He's a 4.34, a big receiver.
Fast.
Why not?
He's like 6'2", 6'3". Okay, 6'3". What's the Christian Watson type of build?
Is he related to Trey Lance? Because he went to North Dakota State too.
It's his little brother.
Okay. Well, I feel bad about it now.
Be quiet. But what I'm saying is Christian Watson, it took him a couple of seasons to develop into, he could be a great wide receiver in Green Bay. And this is the type of build you just got with Bryce Lance. 6'3", 4'3", 40. Let's see if we can get him to just be a downfield threat out of nowhere while you have Jordan Tyson taking 10, 12 targets a game. So I think the Saints, they didn't hit where they needed to when it comes to defense. I understand that they got a defensive tackle, but I'd rather they got an edge rusher. At some point, you're going to need to replace what Cam Jordan did for you. But they took care of offense. And I think that helps when Kamara's getting old. I don't want to see Taysom Hill out there anymore. I'm just sick of that. It's just that played out. But like we now have a number 1 guy, and that's Jordan Tyson.
And I'm happy about what the Bucs did.
You got a dog, man. The amount of videos that I've
He was
seen
mad, by the way. Ruben
of
Bain.
like, him just being pissed off falling into, what was it, 15?
Yeah.
Was that the number pick? Yeah. There was no, he didn't even do the hat on in front of the camera. He just grabbed the hat with one hand. It was just like, Ty, shake hands. I don't need to answer questions. Let's just get to work. Like, yeah, he's going to go kill somebody.
He's going to remember he's the type of guy who's going to remember all the teams that passed him and going to give him hell for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we got to play him twice a year, so I can't wait to take those wins from you guys.
It's the arms thing that made him fall. Short arms.
Devin White is the same thing, though. I think we were talking about this off air. Like, Devin White had small arms coming out of LSU, and then he's one of the best linebackers to ever play at your team.
Ruben Bain's a DN though, isn't
he? Maybe that's the difference, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. You got to disengage.
True, but if you ain't get your
he's your hands off. The film speaks for itself. He's an excellent player. The measurables, I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes people just out-talk themselves with that, though.
Well, I'm excited for my closing takes. I'm going to talk measurables.
Oh, let's get it.
All right, closing takes. I was not prepared. Let me find the song. There it goes.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Go.
All right, closing takes. It's time for me to get off one last take before we get out of here for the day. D, I want to bring us back to the NFL draft. I hope I didn't steal your closing take, my man.
Let's hear it.
I want to talk about my man, Uar Bernard. You know about Uar, right?
No.
Oh, I'm so happy you don't know about Uar. If you're in the chat, let me know if you know about Uar Bernard. Uar Bernard was chosen in the 7th round by the Philadelphia Eagles. He is from Nigeria. He was part of the International Player Pathway program. He joined it in 2025. Before that, he went to the NFL Nigeria camp. Notice I haven't said any places he played football because Uar has never played a down of football in his life, and he's been drafted in the 7th round of the NFL draft. That sounds weird, right, D? You want to know why? Do you want to know why he was drafted in the draft?
Why is this?
My man Uar has never played a down of football in his entire life. He went to the NFL because he was invited to the combine. He is 6'4", 306 pounds. He ran a 4.6 40. He has a 39-inch vertical, a 10-foot broad jump, and scored a perfect 10 on the athletic score at the combine. He's the perfect prospect physically.
So he's a genetic freak.
By the way, he's 6% body fat at 306 pounds.
That's insane.
Is the most genetic freak I've ever seen. And he is like Myles Garrett, but bigger.
And faster. I don't think Myles Garrett ran that fast at the combine.
Now, granted, he's never played a down of football in his life.
You teach me the football, so I can think of.
But the Eagles are like, hey, man, this is like some creative player shit.
Yeah, you're on my team.
It made me think, D, like, here's the thing. I was thinking about when I was thinking about Uar, which is a crazy story. NFL, like, we played football. It's no offense to football players. We both played football. But football is the of all the major sports, it requires the least amount of skill. Meaning, like, the athleticism is way more important than skill in football. Like, you need to be fast, big, strong. Like, that's more important than being the most skilled person. If you don't have the size, just forget it. That being said, unlike basketball, where, like, you need skills to play basketball. At least in the G League, at least in the basketball, there's the G League. So, like, I can take someone and be like, hey, you're going to just play here for 2 seasons and play as many games as possible. They don't have that in the NFL. There's no G League in the NFL. So, like, what is this guy Uar going to do? Like, if he hasn't played a snap of football in his life, playing training camp and shit, like, that's not going to give you enough snaps to, like, be a football player. There's this, how does this man going to improve? Like, the NFL has, like, this serious problem where, like, the NFL is the one sport where if you're just a freak, you might have a chance, but, like, there's no way you're going to develop because we don't give you snaps. Like, you're not going to be able to play and get your skill up. Yeah,
that's what training camp's for. That's all it is. Hey, we're going to teach you right here, right now. You got this. When you see ball move, you go this way. When ball goes this way, you go that way. That's all they got to teach that dude. When you are that big, that fast, and essentially that strong, you don't got to teach him much. Just, hey, when you see this ball, you do that.
I think he did like something like 38 reps at 225.
Oh my God.
He's just a monster.
An absolute freak. And I know you didn't see this comment, but yes, T, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you said it. Like, if you're a small guy, forget about it. Like, all right, well, there goes all like when I was out there trying to make a name for my goddamn self as being a 5'10" corner. I appreciate you saying I had no chance whatsoever.
Nah, but it's okay being a corner because I didn't talk about being big in general. Right? Just to clarify for Ty, big, strong, fast. D had the fast, and I'll give you the strong too, but D was fast, man. He's fast.
Just wasn't tall. Oh, but yes, appreciate you catching that one, T.
There's 5'10" quarterbacks in the league.
I know there. I know that. I just happened to still be 5'10".
Ty, he's just a hater. Ask him about. Hey, Ty, how's your quarterback doing, by the way, buddy?
Cut it out. What do they got? What's in Denver right now? What do they have in Denver right now? Is he still hurt? It was Cole. I mean, not Cole. Bo, right? Bo Nix. Is he still hurt? They haven't talked about him.
I think he has an ankle still. I don't know. We have to check on it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with football. I'm gonna stick. See, here we go. He's gonna talk about skill. Well, I'm gonna stick with football, and I'm also gonna stick with the draft because we saw back in 2020 when it was the COVID draft, there was a dog that took over social media, and it was Bill Belichick's dog. You remember that? Remember during the draft, he like walked away. And the dog
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So my guy, and obviously it happened to be a Saints player, but good old Oscar Delp. I won't say Grant Delp. Oscar Delp. Great moment. I hope you guys get to see this. If you haven't seen it, go Google it. Go look on social media. It's amazing. Oscar Delp is about to have the moment of his life, and he gets the draft call from head coach, from owner, all that, and he's a New Orleans Saint. Puts the hat on. His chocolate lab dog stole the show, man. As soon as he gets drafted, he's wagging his tail. He's like, yeah, Dad got drafted. He stands up and goes, everybody get the hell out the way. And he jumps on the couch and he's like, yo, y'all need to move. I've been waiting all damn day. This is my couch. And he just lays down. He's like, I'm happy to be here, but I've been waiting for you motherfuckers to get up. He's just sitting there, the happiest of dogs. It just made me smile to be like, look, man, dogs are going to be dogs. They see that everybody's happy, but he's been waiting all day for you guys to get out of his damn spot. And he took the minute as soon as everybody got up to jump and just be, all right, cool. I'm chilling here. Y'all going to have to go bring these cameras into another room because I'm not moving. I've been waiting all day for me to sit in this damn spot here. So big shouts to the Chocolate Lab for Oscar Delp, man. If you guys haven't seen it, again, just go Google NFL draft dog and he'll come. The Chocolate Lab will come up of just being a good boy that was waiting patiently for everybody to get up.
I'm so happy you brought that one up because I saw that and I thought that was a really funny video. I don't know if does your dog do this? Like, I'll be sitting on the couch watching TV. If I get up, the dog's taking my spot every time, 100% of the time.
Bear doesn't take spots as on the couch. He takes spots of where I'm going to sit for where my feet are. So that pisses me off. Ooh. Like if I'm like on the couch and like if like my feet are hanging and then they're right next to the table, if I get up, he'll go sit where my feet were. And I'm like, dude, get up. Like I'm coming right back to the spot. Like at least if he were on the couch, I can move to a different spot. But like I've usually set up shop. Like my milk's there, my cookies are there. He knows that I'm going to sit right back there. And he sits right where my feet were. And I'm like, dude. And now I feel bad because like he gives the old man grump to get up. I'm like, you just never sat there. You were perfectly fine over by the door. You waited until I got up to come sit where I was sitting. Just come on, man.
I like that we took two ancillary draft stories and made them our closing takes, but like completely different avenue.
That's what we're here for, man. It's not always just about sports, bigger than the game.
By the way, if Uar makes it to the NFL and like becomes like a star, the guy from Nigeria, I'm convinced we're living in a simulation and he's just a creative player and we're just part of it.
He was just inserted. Well, I've said it before. Like we weren't supposed to see LeBron James. We weren't supposed to see a 6'8", 250-pound man with freakish athletic ability. And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, we saw Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like this is not supposed to happen.
And Victor's like creative player.
Now there's a Victor Wembanyama. Like these are people that like the Greeks and Romans when they were fighting with like swords and shields and shit. they joked about Achilles, and Achilles was probably like 4'11". Now they got to imagine if you saw a Victor Wembanyama with a shield and a sword. You'd be like, what the hell just got off this damn boat? Like, how are we supposed to win? Cancel the damn war. We're just leaving. Like, that's what they would do. Like, they wouldn't want to fight anybody. If Wembanyama, Giannis, and LeBron got off of the boat during like war with shields and swords.
It's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, like they would turn around and be like, what the hell is this? Like, you guys are supposed to be 4'11" blonde hair with like just like puffy chest and hairy chest. And you got a fucking LeBron James? What is that? Like, nah, like this. So yes, I'm with you with this whole simulation. And now your boy, like imagine him. Like he gets off of the damn boat with a shield and sword, like 6'3", 200 and you said 310 pounds?
Yeah.
What the hell are you supposed to like Aaron Donald? Oh man, I just evolution's insane. Insane. But that's where we are right now.
We're like when we're old
talking sports on a podcast Monday nights.
When we're like 80, can you imagine what the NBA and NFL is going to look like?
Oh my god.
They're going to have linemen all running like 4.40s. Like back in my day, they ran a 5 flat.
Lucky if you ran a 5 flat. If you have linemen running 5, woof, that boy moving them puppies. But yeah, let's get up out of here. You ready?
Yeah. By the way, I know you want to get here.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you afterwards. Then.
Well, we couldn't appreciate y'all being in here anymore. Hip Hop Anonymous, it's been a while since we saw you in the chat, Tahi. We love when you were back here. Can't wait to talk sports, talk football, and them Broncos with you. But anytime you guys are here, we really do. And listen, now turn that shit down. I can't hear myself. Why is it so loud?
Because I'm buffering, Hal. I can't hear shit.
This louder shit. All right, let me try to get out of here. Appreciate y'all being in here. Please make sure to follow us on all of our socials, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch whenever you get a chance. You can also hit us up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Next Day. Websites at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. Please, I'll still say this. Be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for them. Please to make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Please to make sure to take care of y'all physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children. And we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
Where are we at in society today? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a